Hello, everyone. Marty Chinesky here, and welcome to Local Sports Wrap-Up here on Channel 15, Cable, and on YouTube. Look us up. I'm here today with my good buddy Ken Brown, and we are your hosts of the Local Sports Wrap-Up. What's today? Today's the 18th, Tax Day.
Tax Day.
Get your taxes. You got till 12 o'clock to go downtown. Drop them off at the post office there.
Yeah, or drive to Hell, Michigan.
Why, they stay open too?
Yeah, and then your tax return says from Hell.
Oh,
Yeah,
I like it.
no pointer.
I like it. You're allowed to say hell on cable TV?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Good to know. So how was your week, sir? Today, hey, interesting day today. There's only 3 inches of snow outside.
Yeah.
Though on all the pavement, it melted. A little fun factoid. 3 of the largest snowfalls in this area, state of Michigan, have happened in April. 3 of like the top 10.
Southeastern Michigan or
Yeah.
Michigan total?
I would say just this area because the UP, I'm sure, gets pounded. But yeah, some of the biggest snowstorms on record around here have happened in April.
I was telling the dude at work today, I went to Big Rapids, I went to Fair State, so April snow and it's pretty normal for me. You know what I mean? But it sucked after it been pretty nice last week. You know, to get snow.
Oh yeah, and it'll be nice on the weekend. Going to be 70 this weekend. I remember going to on Memorial Weekend, going up to Mackinac with the old city roller group when we would rollerblade around the island, and we were out there and it was only like in the 40s, and down here it was nice. And that's what the guy, the local up there, said. He said, "Hey, you're from down there." He says, "You don't know. It don't get warm up here till July."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, June for sure. He ain't telling you. But it's cool. I mean, that's part of being in Michigan, right? We get a little extra snow bonus. We get a rain out, snow out in the games today. So
Everything's wiped out today. All the Monday games, the kids were ready to play after that meal on Easter. Happy Easter, by the way.
yeah.
And everything got wiped out today. They'll probably reschedule it for next couple weeks.
Yeah.
We do have there was a big softball game. Let's start there. Allen Park played Woodhaven on the last week. And, of course, Allen Park being the number 2 team in the state last year with their freshman superstar pitcher. Isn't that Sizemore?
Yeah. And they both came in ranked this year. I mean, this week or last week. One was ranked 2 and one was ranked 7. So
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
So a big game for them. I believe Allen Park had 2 hits and Woodhaven had 3. Allen Park scored a run in their half of the first inning. And then again in the 5th on a squeeze play, I believe. But, Allen Park knows how to manufacture runs. And that is a team, when you play that team, they know how to play softball. We used to play them, and we were never in very many games because they'll bunt you to death. If you can't defend the bunt, you're done.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to
Keep doing it until you stop it.
and they're going to steal second and bunt the ball, and that girl's going to third.
Yeah.
She ain't stopping. In fact, they had a girl thrown out at home after the squeeze play, and they threw the first, and the girl on second never stopped. It could have been 3-0 if she makes it. They're just an aggressive team, well coached. They're working on stuff. I'm sure none of their bowlers are playing softball because the softball coach isn't going to let them be at bowling practice. They're going to be in the gym in February working on everything.
I thought it was interesting that Woodhaven came in so highly rated because, I know they were good back in the day, but top 10 in the state, that's a good goal. And then, it's nothing like testing who you are early, right? It read like this may be a title showdown for later in the year. Yeah, it's one of the first 3 games that they've played, but it may be one of the last games that we'll see for Downriver as well. So
the next game's played at that nice facility now over there. It's all synthetic, and in Woodhaven. Allen Park has a loss. They're 3-1 on the year. Woodhaven's 2-1 on the year in the Downriver League. Allen Park's 2-0 in the Downriver League, but Allen Park lost to somebody. I'm curious to who. They probably went to play some of them teams, the Novice and the who knows?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to look back and see. As much as we talked about Sizemore being a pitcher, I think that Grace Usher was the pitcher for Woodhaven, and like you said, she only gave up 2 hits, and the same girl got both hits. Bailey McAllister had both of those hits.
Okay, and each team only committed 1 error, so they're solid when the ball gets hit. In fact, Woodhaven actually had 2 runners on 2 innings in a row, and couldn't manufacture a run. You gotta. I don't know what the circumstances. Maybe we go to that next one. Who knows?
Yeah.
We can watch that.
I think it'd be worth it. And the kid that we need to watch all year, her name is Maddie Ramey. She's actually Allen Park signed with Michigan. Right?
Is that right?
No, University of Michigan signee Maddie Ramey grounded out for the inning's 2nd out, but it also in the process McAllister scored. So it was a fielder's choice that got her in for the first run.
Gotcha. Then it was the squeeze play for the 2nd run.
And she walked. Maddie walked, stole 2nd, and now she gets she's a squeeze.
That's she's definitely, and then their sophomore superstar pitcher, so they're on their way. That was a good battle. Allen Park's got to go through Allen Park through cheer, got to go through Allen Park through softball.
Yeah.
Not so much. You probably got to go through Woodhaven through hardball.
Yeah. But I think that's a good indicator of what we're going to expect, right? You figure 2-0, right? 2-0. That's a good ball game, and that's early in the year. Very few errors. I look forward to seeing the next game. We should go. Let's find out the date. I'm with it.
I could do that. Now our softball team played Allen Park one of the early games, and it wasn't pretty. I believe the score was 15-0, 5-inning game. Could have been less than that. But then they rebounded. Wyandotte took a doubleheader from Etzel Ford. And they mercied the first game, 19-4. And then second game, too, 13-3.
Okay.
So the bats were working. Or what do we always talk about? Extra outs.
Yeah.
Don't give teams extra outs. You give teams extra outs, runs are going to score.
Yeah.
We get extra outs. We score runs. I used to say that to the girls all the time. When it's hit to you, catch it.
That's it.
Because you don't want to give them extra outs.
Yeah.
No added pressure, just catch it. Catch it, throw them out.
Routine plays have to be routine.
Correct.
Yeah. We got to just make the plays that are given to us. You're right. And that there were extra outs 19-4. It's either not good pitching or walks, a walkathon, or extra outs.
Give them credit, though. I mean, I tried to look on the Michigan High School baseball. I just saw that the baseball team got mercied and then lost 5-3 to who'd they lose 5-3 to? You got baseball?
Yeah.
They lost 5-3 to somebody. I don't know.
Let's stick with softball for 1 second.
Okay.
Downriver-wise, right? You had Gabriel Richard. They played Ann Arbor Green Hills, and they lost the first game 1-0, right? But then they came back and won the second game 4-2, so they split the doubleheader. I guess the interesting part to me is that the defense is so good so early. You
think Catholic League is still running 3-2 ball? Because when I used to umpire, Catholic League ran 3-2 ball, saving on pitchers' arms. That was the theory behind it all.
Okay.
But yeah, 2 strikes, you're out. 3 balls, you're on first.
Now, when I coached CYO, it was the same 3-2, and I thought it was more about the quickness of the game.
That too.
Yeah. The craziest part too, though, is growing up when we played in Ann Arbor, it'd be 3-2 ball. So whenever we played Ann Arbor Pioneer, ever played Huron, it would be 3-2. But then when you come home, it's 4-3. So it was kind of weird. You go into the bat with 1-1 count. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I mean, we got games coming up this week. Nothing today, obviously. In softball, we're going to play Taylor on Wednesday. Woodhaven's taking on Etzel Ford. That'll be Allen Park's playing Southgate. That'll be another slaughter. Lincoln Park, Carlson. Apparently the top dogs right now, it would be Woodhaven, Carlson, Allen Park.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
And we're not counting Catholic League, though, right? Because Gabriel
No.
Richard.
Yeah, I don't.
And the only reason I say that, because Gabriel Richard, we're talking about coming out the gate playing tough hitters. Other than splitting with Ann Arbor Green Hills, they also played Regina, which was always, it's a girls' school that's always really good. And they beat them 10-5, but then they lost 7-3. So it just looks like they're playing against anyone, all comers. And they also have Farmington Hills Mercy on the calendar, who is legit. I'm talking about legit.
Yes, they are. In everything they do.
They can recruit actively.
Our girls soccer team is off to a little bit of a rough start. They're 2-3-2. They've had 2 ties. Apparently, the shootout doesn't affect them. But they just dropped one last week to Edsel Ford, 4-0, on a rainy, wet Wednesday night, I think it was last week. Dearborn, Edsel Ford, they're 2-2.
Okay.
And Roosevelt's 2-3-2, 0-2 in the Downriver League. Yeah, apparently Carlson and Woodhaven are the top dogs in that sport too, just by what I could see here.
Yeah, seems like the girls' sports, they're really good, huh?
You know,
the good thing for Wyandotte, though, is they played a lot of games already.
Yeah.
Right? 2-3-2, so they already got 7 games under their belt, and we're worried about softball and baseball because it's raining like crazy, or snowing in this case, but so they got a lot of games under their belt. But I guess soccer, it doesn't matter the conditions. You can play as long as it's not lightning up that.
And Bianca Hawthorne, I see her getting some kudos because she's the goaltender.
Okay.
And it was only 2-0 against Carlson, and from what I understand, she stopped something like 17 shots. You know, it's a big net. Okay, it's bigger than this.
Yeah.
You know, probably our whole backdrop, and it's about 10 feet high. So you know,
it's tall. Yeah.
You got to be able to sky. I know that. So
and anticipate which way it's going.
Yeah, and the closer shots, you got to be. Wyandotte plays. Who they play? Detroit Cristo Rey, and today the Bears are playing against Allen Park. But I don't know. They play soccer in the snow.
I bet they will. Hey, and I wouldn't sleep on Crystal Ray because that's really Holy Redeemer.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Holy Redeemer. So it sits in the middle of Southwest Detroit. And I'm sure they got a bunch of kids that are speaking.
See that?
English.
You know what's going on. That's why you're here, sir.
Barely. They're playing soccer when they come out the womb, right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all day. Yeah, so that'll be good, interesting.
So we have a couple of signees. We got some signees.
Yeah. And that's always good news for us.
Yeah, when us as coaches can get a kid to, as we talked about last week, and I love your statement last week about it doesn't matter if it's I don't know who university.
Yeah.
You know, or what's your name university.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You get a ride, okay?
And go enjoy it.
That's right.
Amelia Strachan of New Boston, Huron. She's actually going to play soccer at the University of Michigan Dearborn.
Nice.
So Amelia will have an opportunity to play in front of her parents, and they can come out and see her. The other one, Riverview Gabriel Richard's Brendan Hill. He's going to play baseball at Madonna University.
What's that, Livonia? Madonna? Livonia?
Yeah.
So their parents will get to watch there too.
Yeah.
And then Grosse Illes Clayton Lafayette signed to play soccer at U of D Mercy. You know, that's one thing. These, as we talked about last week, the lower schools, the lower divisions.
I got you.
Not the Division Ones, but the Division III schools. They started sports to get enrollment up. Because they couldn't get these kids, you know, to want to come to their school. But now you give them something. You give them partial scholarship to get you to play hockey, to get you to play lacrosse, to get you to play whatever. They even have, you know, bass fishing at some of these schools. We and Ken, the other Ken talked about that one time. You could get a scholarship to bass fishing.
And I would think that's about location, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to say it's Adrian, but I don't know if it is. I just read an article on it in the News Herald last week about schools that were just doing that, started that for that reason.
No, and I get it, but I guess I'm saying, like, when I go out into the water to fish, I'm thinking my spot where I'm fishing is dictating what type of fish I'm catching, not because I threw it, with
You get the sonar. You see them moving. You go after them. Everything's science now, man.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. But
You see that little guy wiggling on your screen, and you look at your screen, and you go, he's right over there.
There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw him that fly.
Oh, that'd be fun. I wonder, Adrian College, I know somebody there. Maybe we can go out there and get on the bass boat.
It might not be them, but I'll double check that article. Here's another interesting thing we discussed last year. The Michigan High School Athletic Association is seeking student athletes to become members of its Student Advisory Council, beginning with the 2022-23 school year. Yeah. That's when they'll start. Now, we're looking for kids from the class of 2024.
Correct.
Okay, so right now they're 10th graders. And you will meet on matters related to maintaining and promoting a proper perspective and sensible scope for high school sports in Michigan. Now, there's 8 kids from 2023's class, and there's 8 kids from 2022's class that'll be out after the end of this year.
Sure.
And then these 224s will take their place.
And there's 4 boys and 4 girls.
Is that correct?
That's how they split it up. 4 boys, 4 girls.
And the class of 22, they've got Amina Ferris at Dearborn High is in there for, this is her second year and her last year. And I guess what they basically do is they go through them on decisions when it comes to what maybe they should be doing.
It talked about it. So maintaining leadership. They talk about these kids should have leadership in athletics, academics, community service. So they're a well-rounded kid. You got to have at least a 3-point grade point average on a 4-point scale. So they're honor roll kids. And then the committee, what are they talking about? In addition, the candidates should show a history of leadership.
Yeah, along with the extracurriculars. They should be leaders in their drama club or whatever they're in.
Here it is. The council discusses issues dealing with the 4 S's of educational athletics, which are scholarship, sportsmanship, safety, and a sensible scope of athletic programs.
That's a pretty vague, bold statement. Wow, that's an interesting statement. Let me read that again. The sensible scope of athletic programs.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, the other things are kind of self-explanatory, right? Scholarship, sportsmanship, and safety. So you can see all those things in sports, and it's in the nonprofit world we do this too, right? You bring kids in for an advisory council. That way you got a kid's opinion about what's going on. What do you need? It's like a assessment of what they need to be successful. So in sports, they're bringing these kids in to talk about the things that they need in those 4 S's to be successful: scholarship, safety, and sportsmanship, and then a sensible, sensible scope of athletic programs.
They have a 5th S here, student leadership. Members contribute to the planning of sportsmanship summits. Say that real fast. Sportsmanship summits, captains' clinics, and other student leadership events, and they assist with the medal ceremonies at the MHSAA championships.
The thing that I actually love about it is it's actually building a resume for those kids, right? So if they want to go into a sports field of some type, then you already have this background where, in high school I did this and I worked with the MHSA providing these things. So I think it's a great idea. I'd love to see what the thoughts of the people, like the girl from Dearborn High, Amina Ferris, what she felt about it.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, to see exactly what was her input, and then what did she get out of it.
What did we say? 6 meetings a year in East Lansing. Applications are due by 4:30 on April 25th. So you basically have a week. Applications can be downloaded from the Student Advisory Council page of the Michigan High School Sports Athletic, which is easy to find. Type in MHSAA and hit search, and that site comes up first. And then you go to their website, and then you return it via email or fax or mail it to them, but fill out if you're interested. I like that idea, trying to get a hold of, I know a guy teaches at Dearborn High. Maybe I'll see if I can talk to this girl for 5 minutes.
Yeah, or even if she can shoot us an email, right?
Yeah.
And we can just read what she said her experience was if she doesn't want to come on the show, if she's a little shy.
Yeah.
But if she's not,
I like it that way better anyway, because she's probably running a busy schedule. They want kids that play sports.
Yeah.
You know, so that's got to be part of it.
Definitely.
To start. And you will be notified by May 6th. So I think some Wyandotte kids ought to get that application in there. And the first meetings are August 28th would be your first meeting.
And I think if we didn't learn anything from the pandemic, we've learned that we can meet via Zoom or Teams or something like that. So you don't have to. I bet you $10 to a bucket. You do not have to drive all the way to Lansing. I know they have it convenient for those kids.
Gotta be now.
I love it. I wish I had a kid that was a 10th grader.
So you know what? It's again, go to the Michigan High School MHSAA.com basically. And you can, as a student, you can fill that out and get it returned. So what kind of week do we got planned here? We got softball coming up. I do want to talk about rowing. I mean, we got the Hebda coming up on the 30th. That's a Saturday. And then the week after, on May 7th, we got the Y-High. Come see them. They'll shut off the street on the 30th. Well, actually, Friday night, they'll shut off half of Jefferson going that way, and you'll see all the people coming in with their my wife told me what they were called after the show last week.
Boats.
No, they're not boats. Unfortunately, they're not. But anyway, they're like $50,000 a pop. Because I interviewed the rowing coach a couple of years ago for Grosville, because he's had a lot of success. And go figure. Grosville's an island.
Yeah.
All them kids screw up
on
doing
a boat. Right?
Right.
No, I love it.
But it's going to be a great event. You can sponsor, you can get ads in their programs. I know I get hit for that on a yearly basis.
So that's the Hebda rowing. That's April 30th. And then the following week, they're going to have the Y-High Regatta, right? And then that'll be, all of those are docking or shooting off from this dock over here.
They row upstream. Interesting,
Yeah.
which my wife never cared for much when she was young from E-Course and rowed. You go downstream, you get your boat in line, and I don't know, it's probably about a quarter mile, 2,500 meters, whatever, and they go. They've got the 2-man and the 4-man. You're in. You even have an 8. You get the 8 crews, and you get. You got the freshmen and seniors. They level them all. Each team, like the Wyandotte team, would have their seniors and their freshman team and all that, and they just compete. They compete all day. Hopefully, it's a nice day.
Now, we did have that guy when there was a guy that came and talked about it, and Wyandotte was supposed to be getting this new coach that was like really sweet and had these sponsorship opportunities. I thought that he was the rowing guy.
I don't know the coach for rowing.
Okay.
I really don't. Oh, here we go. Mike Pappas. Is that Chandra?
Yeah, Thompson, Hickory.
Yeah. All right, well, there they are.
Mark Pappas, I bet you he's going to be good. I'm picking Wyandotte.
You laying odds?
Yeah, it's Jones. I'm going to see.
Jones behind the camera.
Yeah.
Don't forget to get a hold of us. I like this. There's pickleball lessons starting in the month of May. Every Monday and Wednesday. For the adults, 6 o'clock to 7. So for an hour, you can go there, get some lessons on pickleball. We should go and let me and take on the pickleball king, Tom Snyder.
Now it's time to take him on, I think.
Yeah, he might be a little slower right now. But yeah, it's I can't make the first week. I'll be leaving town that week. But it'd be nice to go and just see what it's about. Every Monday and Wednesday at FOP, go there. They've got a block box now with equipment in it. I'm sure they've got paddles and the balls, and you can actually learn the rules. And it's nice to know the rules of a game if you're going to play a game. Just saying, it's easier and more fun if you understand the rules of the game. And I think there's that line that goes, that 7-foot line or whatever it's called. You can't go in front of it. You can't stand at the net and use your reach and just
mash.
Ball. Yeah. Ball has to hit the ground in there, then you can go get it. So that probably makes it tough to be up close.
Yeah.
That's why all the seniors love that game. Plus, it's a small court. Get 2 people on it. Like me and you, we cover a whole side.
Yeah, we
man.
got him. Where's Tom?
That's right.
Tom, if you're watching the show, we want you.
That's right.
Coming for you.
We're coming for you. He can pick his best partner. Gets
Over
another
50.
8. Over 50.
Yeah, your best partner over 50.
That's right. You get those senior rates now.
Yeah.
But anyway, all you adults, and I guess the kids are at 5 before that, but give it a whirl. Yeah. Give it a whirl. I'm going to stop by there because I just want to see how it's done. Not sure which day, but one of them days,
it's
the nicer one. I'm going to go on the nicer day.
It's definitely a good time to get cardio, right? It's time for you to get your cardio on and do what's necessary. So I like it.
What else we got going as we wrap up here? I know we're getting close.
I'm sure track's starting at Wyandotte. The track coaches are Jordan Thackeray and Dave Lustig.
Okay.
So kids at Wyandotte want to try out for track, you want to make sure you get in touch with Coach Jordan and Coach Dave, and let's make that track team fast.
School of choice.
Where's
man.
George
School of
at?
choice.
Where's George?
He does the track.
Yes,
he does
I was
the middle
thinking.
school
Yeah, he
track,
does middle
though.
school
He's
track.
training all those kids to go.
Yeah.
So what's on the agenda this week? Let's see. We're end of April. Be 2 weeks from now. I know I'm bowling in a state tournament over the weekend. You got anything? Any trips? Go see your daughter play boss? She's still beating that softball down there?
Yeah, no trips to plan for that. We're local. We got a lot of
You got
softball
your daughter
stuff around
playing.
here,
Yeah, your sons. What's he into now?
Soccer season is soccer and hockey, and flag football starts Sunday. So I guess that he's playing for the Titans out of Dearborn. It'll be fun, So I'm
Got to
excited.
keep him. How old is he now?
9.
9. Oh, God, I remember when he was just a little 3-year-old.
Yeah,
He was hanging out with his older sisters at the games.
Time flies. Nick's getting big, so I'm excited.
Cool. You'd be like me. You'd be 60. You'd be at those softball games. Yeah, you'd be just like me.
Just like you.
I'm Marty Chinesky, and as we wrap up, this is Ken Brown, and we will see everybody next week. They're telling us our time is up. I want to say hi to my mom, and happy Easter to everybody, and get your taxes turned in. Right now, as we speak, you've got about 4.5 hours to get downtown Detroit and drop that thing into a mailbox.
Yeah.
Have a good week, everybody.